Hello everybody, welcome to Loire. The Loire Valley is located in the central France, in the middle part of the Loire River, and it spans about 300 kilometers from Orléans to Angers. The valley is most famous for its architectural heritage and especially its chateaux. The valley is home to over 300 chateaux from different historical periods, from medieval fortress to late Renaissance countryside manor with 18th century gardens. We decided to go there during the Heritage Days, Journée de Patrimoine, an event organized by the French Ministry of Culture every year in the third weekend of September, which allows people to visit most heritage sites and museums at reduced fares, if not for free. Orléans is around 2 hours and 30 minutes from Paris by car, so visiting the Loire Valley is a good option for a weekend trip if you live. Sully-sur-Loire. My first stop was Sully-sur-Loire. The castle here was built in the 14th century, both as a fortification to defend the bridge over the river and as a residence. The castle has undergone through many architectural modifications over the centuries. The outer wall and towers are all gone now. Only the keep remains. Part of this castle was rebuilt in the 20th century after being destroyed in a fire. Meung-sur-Loire. We stopped here briefly but didn't have time to visit the castle, which is unfortunate because it looked really nice. The castle was first built in the 12th century and then expanded during the 15th and 16th century. Then it was abandoned until the 18th century when it became a residence and more modern parts were added later. Saumur. This was the farthest castle we decided to visit, but it was definitely worth it. The castle is built on top of a hill, dominating over the town and the river. Reaching the top of the hill on foot took a while, but then the view from there is great. The castles were originally built in the 10th century as a fortified stronghold, and then expanded as it changed ownership through the centuries. Nowadays, most of the outer walls are destroyed, but you still need to cross a bridge over the moat to access the castle. The castle now hosts a museum of decorative arts, mostly ceramic. Longea. The castle was built in the 10th century and was destroyed during the 100 Years' War, then got rebuilt in the 14th century, and it stands as an example of late medieval architecture. It was too late to visit the castle and its garden by the time we reached Longea, so we took a walk around the village instead. This little clean village has less than 5,000 people with 150 artisans and was worth seeing even without being able to enter the castle. Filandry. Filandry is a treat for the eyes for its elegant structures, which includes vegetable, ornamental, and sun gardens. A promenade in this garden behind the chateau is a remarkable experience. The chateau was built in the 16th century and is one of the most visited castles in France. It is now owned by the Carvalho family and it is very well maintained with evolving changes from season to season in the garden. The fortress of Montebarzon was different from the other castles we visited. The ruins of the medieval fort stand still since the 10th century. When you enter the fortress, you immediately feel transported back several hundred years. In the courtyard, there are a variety of shops on art and crafts for adults and kids such as archery, stone carving, pottery, clay sculpting, candle making, leather working, woodworking, garden, and calligraphy. Together with the entry ticket, you get a couple of coins to participate in the workshop. Some workshops are free, and you can also bring back what you built as a souvenir. When you climb over the fort, you can actually see few other castles in distance, and this place is an incredible experience. Chaumont-sur-Loire. The last castle of our marathon was just the cherry on top of the cake. Chaumont definitely needs at least 4 hours to walk around if you are an art and plant lover and want to see the whole garden. Chaumont-sur-Loire was very impressive for the elegant architecture, small theme-based gardens, and modern artwork. There was also International Garden Festival, which we enjoyed thoroughly. Many little corners of the premises makes you feel like a fairy tale. Loire Valley is rich in art, architecture, history, chateau, and good wine. Let me not forget it. I strongly suggest Loire as a weekend trip and a longer trip if you are a castle and history lover. If you are interested in taking free virtual tours of the castle, I'm linking them in the description box. Thank you for watching. Au revoir.